That's the least she could give. You said $2 million, I said get $2,500.
Shut the up. All this wine. And go get you some money. Go do a drive.
She put everything out there. No filter, no warning, just straight exposure. Vanessa wasn't going for none of it. And when the truth about what really went down between GloRilla and her own sister started creeping out, hold up, the timeline literally stopped. The internet didn't just react, it froze. Victoria stepped up and blasted GloRilla publicly. But listen to this, before Finesse2Tymes even said a word, the entire mess was already brewing because of Victoria Woods. Online, she moves under the name Scarface. She's not some random, that's GloRilla's biological sister. And in case you didn't know, GloRilla's real name is Gloria Hallelujah Woods. They were raised side by side in Memphis. Same roof, same hardships, same neighborhood pressures. Then early February 2026 hit, and Victoria basically said enough. She jumped on Facebook and started going off about GloRilla. According to her, once GloRilla's money got right, she left the whole family behind. She even claimed GloRilla blocked their own mother's phone number. Girl, she didn't stop there. She said GloRilla cut off all 10 of their siblings too. She also pointed out that their mom is still working shifts in FedEx. Victoria told the public that GloRilla hasn't cared about the family and has ignored them for 4 straight years. She even said the version fans see on TV and on stage isn't who GloRilla really is behind closed doors. Now those are heavy accusations. Those are the statements she's choosing to stand on. And instead of handling it privately, she didn't DM her sister. She didn't make a phone call. She went straight to social media and laid it all out for the world. And you won't believe this, she escalated it even more. On February 5th, 2026, Victoria showed up on TMZ Live for an interview. She sat right there on camera and doubled down on every single claim she made. Victoria basically said GloRilla owes the family, like it's her duty to break bread. And listen to this, she didn't just talk in vibes, she threw a price tag on it. She said $2,500 for each family member would fix everything. $2,500 apiece, that was the number. She went on national TV and said that boldly, no hesitation. During that same sit-down, Victoria also challenged past statements GloRilla made about supporting the family. GloRilla previously claimed she helped their parents retire. She also said she bought their dad a Jaguar. Victoria called all of it cap, straight lies according to her. She sat on TMZ Live and told the entire country her sister was fronting about taking care of home. And just like that, this story exploded. TMZ pushed it heavy. The Shade Room reposted it. It flooded Facebook, X, and TikTok. The whole culture watched Victoria air GloRilla out in public. And that moment, that was the first domino. GloRilla saw it, and she responded, but hold up, not how you'd expect. She didn't drop a long explanation. She didn't book an interview. She jumped on Facebook and posted one word, Indeed.com. That's a job site. That was her entire response to the $2,500 demand. Go get hired, period. She also posted a screenshot of text messages from their mom thanking her for everything she does and saying it doesn't go unnoticed. No essay needed. She let the receipts talk. Then on February 6, 2026, Finesse2Tymes entered the chat. He fired up Instagram Live. No filter, no soft delivery. He went off on Victoria, mocked her, dragged her, told her to stop begging and secure a bag. That live went crazy viral. Thousands tapped in, and just like that, what started as sister drama turned into one of the biggest hip-hop stories of the week. But Victoria, she wasn't backing down. She came right back at Finesse. She went at his music. She went at his sales. She even came for his appearance. She said he had zero room to speak when labels had dropped him, and he was only selling 5,000 to 6,000 units. Basically told him he was struggling too. And then, you won't believe this, in the wildest plot twist of all, Tory Lanez, who is currently incarcerated, sent Victoria the exact $2,500 through Cash App. Victoria dropped the screenshots and even showed appreciation. A rapper sitting behind bars sent GloRilla's sister the exact amount she asked for. And listen to this, he did it to make a statement. That's the whole sequence. That's how it unfolded. Victoria spoke out, GloRilla responded, Finesse2Tymes went off, Victoria clapped back again, Tory Lanez sent the money, and the entire internet watched it explode in real time. Now hold up, let's unpack this piece by piece, because every layer of this story runs deep, and it really begins with one key question. Why did Victoria decide to take this public in the first place? Let's walk through her accusations carefully. To understand why Finesse got so heated and why this spiraled the way it did, you have to really hear what Victoria was saying about GloRilla. Because this wasn't just a random post. This wasn't a quick little interview clip. This turned into a full media rollout across multiple platforms over several days. And what she was alleging, it hit different, not just for GloRilla, but for anybody who's ever dealt with messy family dynamics. Victoria's first wave of posts landed on Facebook, where she poured out long, emotional messages about what her life has been like as GloRilla's sister. She painted the picture of a family that felt abandoned. She described GloRilla leveling all the way up, becoming one of the biggest female rappers out, touching millions, and according to Victoria, cutting off the same people she grew up with. She claimed GloRilla blocked their own mother's phone number. She said GloRilla disappeared on all 10 siblings. She said their mom is still clocking in at FedEx, working long shifts, while GloRilla is flying private, selling out shows, and moving like the family doesn't exist. Now listen, those are serious accusations to throw out publicly. We're talking about someone going online and telling the world their famous sister doesn't take care of their own mother. That's not small. In the hood, in the culture, making sure your mama is good is the #1 unwritten rule once you make it out. So when Victoria said GloRilla's mom is still clocking in at FedEx, she was basically accusing her of breaking the code, failing the one responsibility everybody expects you to handle when the money starts flowing. Victoria claimed the version the public sees isn't the real GloRilla. She said GloRilla doesn't care about her family and has been ignoring them for 4 years. 4 years. That's practically the entire span of GloRilla's mainstream run. Victoria was implying that the second the fame hit, the family got left on red permanently. But she didn't stop at Facebook. She escalated it by appearing on TMZ Live on February 5th, 2026. And hold up, going on TMZ is different. TMZ isn't just a hip-hop blog. TMZ is mainstream entertainment news that reaches everybody. Your mom, your co-workers, folks who don't even play rap. When you step onto TMZ, you're making sure the entire world hears your family drama. And Victoria used that spotlight to issue a clear demand. She said GloRilla is obligated to share her wealth with the family. And listen to this, she gave a specific number, $2,500 per family member. That figure became the headline of the whole situation, $2,500. Some people watching felt like that was a modest request from someone just trying to stay afloat. Others saw it as entitlement, like expecting a payout just because you share blood. Either way, that number gave the internet something concrete to argue about, and that's exactly what happened. Victoria also challenged specific claims GloRilla made publicly. GloRilla has said before that she helped her parents retire and bought her father a Jaguar. Victoria called all of that cap. She said the generosity was for cameras, while the family was still struggling behind the scenes. That's a direct hit to GloRilla's public image. Victoria was basically telling the world her sister is faking it. She was basically saying that the whole "I take care of my people" image is fake. The Shade Room picked it up, Daily Mail picked it up, Yahoo Entertainment picked it up, iHeart radio stations picked it up. It was everywhere. Victoria made sure of that with her Facebook posts and her TMZ Live appearance. And while all this was unfolding, social media was already choosing sides. Over on X, some users backed Victoria, arguing that someone with the kind of money GloRilla has should be able to send $2,500 to family without hesitation. Others labeled Victoria a grifter. They said she was acting like a grifter, trying to pressure her way into GloRilla's bank account. The debate about whether family is automatically entitled to your success just because you share blood was officially on and popping. Now hold up, here's what really matters. Victoria didn't just wake up mad one morning. By her own account, this had been brewing for years. She said it was 4 years of being ignored, 4 years of watching her sister become a household name while the rest of the family stayed put. Whether you buy her story or not, this wasn't random. She hit Facebook first, then she went to TMZ. She had a dollar amount prepared. She had detailed accusations lined up and ready. This was a calculated move to corner GloRilla in front of the entire world, and it worked because GloRilla responded, then Finesse2Tymes responded, and from there it snowballed. So when the accusations flooded every platform possible, all eyes shifted to GloRilla. Everybody was waiting to see her next move. Was she gonna jump on live and tell her side? Was she planning a sit-down interview to break down every single allegation piece by piece? She did none of that. Her first response was brief, cold, ruthless, and that told people exactly where she stood. She wasn't about to drag this into a long public feud over whether she owes anybody money. In her mind, the answer was simple. If you need $2,500, go to Indeed.com and handle it yourself. That clapback was ice cold, and it made it clear she wasn't folding under pressure or stepping into the guilty rich sister role. But she didn't stop there. She also posted screenshots of text messages from her mother. The messages showed their mom thanking her for everything she does and saying it doesn't go unnoticed. That was strategic because Victoria's entire argument centered on the claim that GloRilla abandoned the family and left her mom struggling alone. But here's the twist. Their own mom, in her own words, was publicly showing GloRilla love and gratitude. That screenshot alone hit harder than any press run Victoria could have done. GloRilla even reportedly switched her profile picture to a FedEx-related image, a subtle jab at the claim that her mother was still working there. On top of that, she encouraged fans to report Victoria's Facebook page and allegedly offered Cash App money to those who did. Petty or strategic, that depends on your perspective. But one thing was obvious. GloRilla wasn't about to sit around entertaining public family grievances. She chose social media warfare. And then, on February 6, 2026, another voice jumped in. Someone with no ties to the Woods family at all. Someone watching the chaos unfold online who decided he had something to add. Finesse2Tymes went live on Instagram, and what he said made Victoria's TMZ live appearance seem calm by comparison. Finesse2Tymes, born Ricky Hampton Jr., is a Memphis rapper with a long history of public struggles involving fame, family, and the industry. He served time, he's had documented tension with relatives, including his brother No Love. He's been dropped by record labels and has reportedly sold between 5,000 to 6,000 units in recent releases. Still, on that day, he felt strongly enough to address Victoria's decision to go on TMZ asking for money. He opened the live talking about his own scars and trust issues. You could hear the frustration in his tone before he even said her name.
Motherfuckers be wondering why I be so traumatized and don't people. Because it's people that I gave my trust and my faith to and my all to, and they still shitted on.
That was just the intro. He came in hot. He was already in that raw, no-filter mindset. He started venting about how he's been crossed by people he looked out for and stayed solid with. And then, hold up, he shifted all that energy directly onto Victoria.
Then you got motherfuckers like GloRilla's sister. I'ma say it again. I'm only mad because you speaking on your family.
That right there was the shift. He made it clear his issue wasn't even the money request. It was the fact that she took it public. She aired family drama out for the entire world to consume. And listen, that's what really pushed Finesse2Tymes over the edge. Because in his view, and he said it straight up, family matters stay inside the house. You don't run to TMZ Live. You don't blast it across Facebook. You deal with that behind closed doors.
At the end of the day, that's your family. Get off your ass and go make some sense of yourself.
He basically told her the same thing GloRilla said. just louder, sharper, and with way more attitude. Stop asking, stop begging, go get it yourself. But hold up, Finesse didn't stop there. He went way further than anyone expected. This was the full Finesse2Tymes experience. What he dropped on that Instagram Live wasn't your casual celebrity hot take. This wasn't a rapper chilling on his couch commenting on trending tea. This was a straight-up, minutes-long verbal assault aimed at a woman he doesn't even know personally, over family drama he has zero stake in. And that intensity? That's exactly why the clip went absolutely viral across every corner of the internet. After telling Victoria to get up and make moves for herself, Finesse kept piling on. He launched direct insults designed to humiliate her in front of thousands of viewers watching live. He called her a cheap fish. Yeah, reading it might seem wild, but in the context of a live stream with racks of people tuned in, calling someone tilapia from corner store vibes is the kind of bar that instantly becomes a meme. And that's exactly what happened. Those two words, you tilapia, blew up. People were quoting it, remixing it, turning it into punchlines. Hood Twitter had a field day. But don't get it twisted, the rant got way darker than just clowning. He suggested extreme, shocking ways Victoria could go get a bag, saying she should sell herself at truck stops, commit crimes, even catch a body, all framed as better moves than going on TMZ asking her sister for $2,500. He delivered it cold, unbothered, like he hadn't even crossed the line in his own mind. Because in his eyes, there are a million ways to grind on the streets, and begging your famous sister on national TV is the weakest play possible. He said she'd never done anything to make something of herself. Not a singer, not a rapper, not an artist, and her only option was to find real work and stop looking for handouts. And the way he said it, pure disrespect. No guidance, no compassion, just full-on aggression, making Victoria feel as small and worthless as possible for what she did. Then, out of nowhere, Finesse flipped the script. He went into some wild nature analogy to explain why Victoria's behavior was so out of pocket.
Tiger and a male tiger know not to each other. A male gorilla and a male gorilla know not to each other. So you telling me that animals know better and you don't know better? You a fucking human being and you know better than animals.
Now the logic here, it was all over the place. He was trying to drop some wisdom about instinct and basic common sense. The point he was making, even animals in the wild know certain lines you don't cross. And yet Victoria, a full-grown human with a working brain, couldn't figure out that airing your sister's business on national TV is straight up foul. It's a wild metaphor that doesn't fully land the way he wanted. But in the heat of a live stream, adrenaline pumping, thousands watching, Finesse didn't care if it made perfect sense. His focus was going as hard as possible, no holding back. And he wasn't finished. He kept firing, placing the blame for Victoria's whole situation squarely on her own shoulders.
Your fault. You made the wrong decision in life and you want to blame it on it.
In Finesse's eyes, it all boiled down to accountability. Victoria made her choices. She ended up exactly where she did. And instead of taking those L's and figuring out how to level up, she ran to TV and blamed her famous sister for not rescuing her. That was the entire point Finesse was making. Victoria is a grown woman responsible for her own life. The idea that GloRilla owes her money just because they share blood? Straight up nonsense. Then he went after Victoria's media appearances directly, telling the internet loud and clear that he doesn't want any more outlets giving her a platform to run her mouth.
I hope don't nobody else interview you. You stinky hoe. You stinky hoe. I hope don't nobody else interview you. You do-rag. You stony set it off. I don't give a fuck you bald head hoe. I don't give a if you eat 1,000 roaches, you're gonna miss your blessings.
That last line, "you're gonna miss your blessings," is what really hit a lot of people watching. Because underneath all the cursing, name-calling, and over-the-top energy, there was a real message buried in there. The point? When you spend your time publicly dragging your own family through the mud, you're blocking your own blessings. You're pushing away the very opportunities that could be coming your way. Tons of viewers in the comments agreed with that, even if they thought Finesse's delivery was way too aggressive and disrespectful. But the most telling part of the entire rant, Finesse made it very clear he wasn't riding for GloRilla.
Taking up for GloRilla? I'm not taking up for GloRilla. Listen, I'm not taking up for GloRilla. I'm gonna tell you why I ain't taking up for.
He repeated it over and over. He was not on GloRilla's team. He made that crystal clear. Then he broke it down, saying that when people from his own circle went public with accusations against him, the culture turned on him. Nobody had his back. Rappers, influencers, everyone dragged him, in his own words, straight to the floor. So make no mistake, his position wasn't pro-GloRilla. It was anti-exposing your family publicly. He was heated about the act of snitching on your own people, not loyal to GloRilla herself. That distinction is key to understanding why Finesse2Tymes went in so hard. This wasn't about GloRilla at all. For him, it was personal. He saw his own trauma replayed in someone else's drama and reacted from that place. He felt Victoria was doing exactly what others had done to him, and he wanted to call it out at full volume. Then Victoria clapped back after Finesse2Tymes' rant went viral. Most people assumed she would either go quiet or fold under all the smoke coming at her. Thousands were roasting her in Finesse's comments. Meme pages turned her into a joke. Commentary channels were breaking the clip down line by line. The internet was laughing at her expense, and it didn't look like it would stop anytime soon. But Victoria, she did not stay quiet. She came back swinging with the same energy, aiming every shot directly at Finesse. In a response video, she attacked his career, his appearance, and his entire financial situation. She went after what hits him hardest, his numbers. Victoria pointed out that he had zero room to talk when labels dropped him, and he was only moving 5,000 to 6,000 units. She straight up told him they were in the same boat when it came to money. That's a devastating bar to throw at a rapper trying to rebuild his career. She was basically saying he's just as bad as she is, he's just fronting like he's not. She even flipped his selling her body jab back at him, referencing his physique and telling him he's the one who should be out there selling something. It was raw energy meeting raw energy, landing perfectly with people who felt Finesse had crossed too many lines and needed to get checked. And in that same live stream, Victoria also hit his career trajectory with a sharp, pointed observation that cut deep.
Say 2,500, cause that's the least she could give you. You said 2 million, I said get 2,500. Cause you know what? I can make the dope stretch. That's why. Give me 2,500. Let me get 2 balls to show you how I make the dope stretch.
She highlighted that Finesse's social media bio reportedly listed him as a comedian instead of an artist, hinting that his rap career had tanked so badly he couldn't even call himself a rapper anymore. Whether that's fully accurate or not, it was a clever move, because it undermined the very platform Finesse was using to lecture her. How can you tell someone to get their bag together when your own bio doesn't even say artist anymore? Victoria didn't stop there. She tackled the $2,500 request head on. On the live stream, she broke down the amount and fired back at anyone clowning her for asking.
Hey, yo, mama, you just like Gloria, bitch. You just like Gloria, ho.
She made it clear that $2,500 wasn't some outrageous demand. It was modest, and she knew how to flip it and make it stretch. In her mind, she wasn't asking for the world. She was asking for something small that could go a long way if handled right. She wanted people to understand she knows how to make a little last. But Victoria didn't stop at Finesse. She also directed her frustration at GloRilla and the rest of their siblings for not backing her in the situation.
Go to war with you, ho. And matter of fact, I'm gonna link up with you.
She was putting Finesse in the same spotlight as GloRilla, calling him another person who neglects the people closest to him. And she didn't hold back on his own family, bringing up his siblings and saying she was about to link up with his sister.
you done already burnt your bridge, man. I'm gonna keep it clean. You done already burnt your bridge. You might as well start your Twitch up, start your Twitch, start your YouTube channel, get all your social medias, go live from your own platform. You won't be monetized right away, but you'll be there within a week if you just keep going, because your name, this is a whole algorithm right now.
That commentator was making a lot of sense, and a lot of people in the audience were already thinking the same thing. Victoria has basically burned that bridge with GloRilla down to ashes by taking all of this public. There's no coming back from a TMZ interview and a Facebook post calling your sister a fraud. That ship has sailed. So the smartest move Victoria can make right now is to capitalize on the attention, start a Twitch, launch a YouTube, build her own platform, and flip this controversy into something that actually makes money. Because the one thing Victoria has now that she didn't a week ago is clout. Her name is buzzing, the algorithm is feeding her, and if she plays it smart, she can turn this wave into something that actually sustains her financially. And then came the twist nobody saw coming. Tory Lanez, yes, the rapper literally behind bars right now, sent Victoria the $2,500 she asked for via Cash App. She posted screenshots and publicly showed him love. A rapper in prison blessed GloRilla's sister with the exact bag she needed before GloRilla or anyone in her camp even moved. The symbolism didn't escape anyone watching. Whether Tory did it out of genuine care, to get his name in headlines, or to take a subtle jab at GloRilla, it didn't matter. What mattered was optics. It looked like a convicted felon cared more about Victoria than her own flesh and blood, and that alone sparked its own conversation across social media. People were saying things like, Tory really did more for GloRilla's sister from behind bars than Glo did from her mansion. Fair or not, the optics were rough for GloRilla. The public reaction split down the middle. One side rode with GloRilla, applauding her for protecting her peace, saying blood doesn't automatically entitle anyone to someone else's money, and that Victoria was acting like an entitled, jealous sibling. On the other side, people argued Finesse went too far in that rant, and no one deserved to get called out like that in front of thousands online, regardless of what Victoria did. Folks also noted the irony of Finesse schooling Victoria on family loyalty and responsibility, given that his own mother called him out for neglecting the family in 2025, and his long-running public feud with his brother, No Love, mirrors the exact same accusations Victoria was making against GloRilla. So for Finesse to pose as the authority on family conduct struck a lot of people as hypocritical. You can't lecture someone about airing out family drama when your own family has been doing the same to you for years. Bottom line, when success comes fast, the real question is, who's actually entitled to it?